Welcome back to Retirement Today. I'm your co-host Jonathan Berkland. With me in the studio, as always, Michael Reese, certified financial planning professional for over 25 years. And the last segment we had fun, but now we're going to get back to retirement planning, right? Mike, you teased us a little bit there. You have some thoughts about Social Security, when to take it, when not to take it. Lots of people have questions about that.
You bet. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay forth some reasons that people give us that they want to take their Social Security early. Mm-hmm. I'm going to lay out the reason, and then I'm going to ask you, Jonathan, does that sound like a legitimate reason?
Okay.
Or is that maybe a reason they should think through a little bit more?
Think twice, okay?
Think twice. So we'll call it sounds good, legit, or let's think twice.
Okay.
How about that?
All right.
I like it. Okay, number one. Here's, I don't know, I've got a list of these in my mind, in my brain.
Yeah, I was going to say,
We'll see how many I get
we'll see them written down there. You had them all up top, huh?
We'll see how many, yeah, I didn't write them down. I don't have them on, this piece of paper. All right, so number one. Someone says to you, or they come in, they say, Jonathan, Mike, I'm going to take Social Security early. That's my thought.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be retiring, and I want that additional source of income, so that way I won't have to take quite as much from my retirement accounts, and my retirement accounts should thus be able to last a little longer. Is that a legitimate reason to take Social Security early? Let's say they retire at 63. I'm retired at 63.
Yep.
As soon as I retire, I'm going to take Social Security because that way I've got a source of guaranteed lifetime income, and that's just that much less money I need to pull from my portfolio. That way my money should last longer. Legit, or think twice?
That's legit to me.
Okay, that's very legit.
Yeah, I mean, that's solid.
That is I love it. Solid reason to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right, very good.
Pass the first one.
Here we go, number two.
All right.
Same thing. I want to take Social Security when I'm 63. Not retired, though. I'm still working. I want to take it when I'm 63 because I just want that additional income to pay off my house before I retire. So the idea is, if I take Social Security now, then it will pay off. I can take that money, pay down my mortgage so that when I retire, my home is paid for, so I won't have a mortgage in retirement. And so that's what they want to do, start at 63, although they're still working, so they can use the money to pay down their mortgage. Legit, or think twice?
That's a think twice for me. I think it's coming from a good potential thought process, but some red flags go up when they say I'm going to keep working.
Okay, what's the red flag, Jonathan?
Well, when you're working and taking Social Security before your full retirement age, you get dinged for that, right? They start taking away your Social Security benefit, and that's not fun. So maybe that paycheck you thought you were going to get from that Social Security Administration is maybe not quite as high as you were expecting, right?
There you go.
And you're locking yourself into that rate long term, right? You've taken it, you've elected it. So when you do retire, that's where you started.
Yeah, so here's the deal. A lot of people don't know this. If you retire before your full retirement age, which if you're born after 1960, that's 67. If you're born in the 50s, it's like 66 in a certain number of months. But if you take your Social Security before that, and you're still working, you can only earn about, I think it's like $19,000 a year right now, something like that.
Just under 20, yeah. Mm-hmm.
A little under 20.
Yep.
If you make more than 20,000, they start taking away your Social Security. So it's like, yay, I turned on my Social Security, but I'm still working by making so much money that, well, they didn't give me any Social Security.
Yeah, it's not a very high threshold you have to pass before they start dinging you. Yeah.
That doesn't work out well. So that's a bad idea. All right, how about this one? I'm going to take Social Security as soon as I can, right? So they're going to retire. So they're not going to keep working. They're going to retire before full retirement age.
Okay.
I'm going to take Social Security as soon as I can because I'm worried that Social Security is running out of money and I want to get it while I can.
Now that's a think twice for me. The timing of it may be okay for them, but the thought process I don't like.
There you go. So if you're taking Social Security early because you think they're going to run out of money and it's going to be gone, I know there's a lot of media outlets that are trying to push that narrative. And essentially, if you're listening to a media outlet that's pushing that narrative, you probably should change media outlets because they're using scare tactics. They're not using anything resembling real world thinking.
Yeah, logic and reason.
They're not using any of it. They're just trying to scare you so you watch them and their advertisers will pay them more money. Anybody that says, oh my gosh, you've got to take Social Security early because they're running out of money and it could be gone, that's as pure BS as there is, right? That's just a bunch of hooey. Not a chance in the world. First of all, they're not running out of money. The risk right now is that your Social Security check will simply be reduced by maybe 20%.
Right.
But if you think that's going to happen in a world where politicians can get kicked out of office if they do things like that,
Right.
if I'm in office as a politician and that happens to you,
Yeah.
what's going to happen the next time my reelection comes up?
That's going to be a problem.
I'm going to be gone, right? So the real world is no, that's not going to happen. You got to relax. Don't worry about that one. All right? All right. Here we go. What's another reason I hear? How are we doing so far, by the way?
Those were great. I mean, those happen frequently. I mean, we hear those conversations. I mean, those are everyday conversations
Yep.
on all those things.
How about this one? Mike, I want to take Social Security early because, and I'm retiring, so again, I don't have to worry about the earnings, right?
Right, okay.
I want to take it early because I figure that when I'm younger in retirement, I'm going to be more active. I'd rather have some money now to pay for that. Heck, by the time I'm in my 80s, I'm going to be less active. I'm not going to worry so much about having more Social Security out then, out in those days. How does that sound? So like, I'd rather take it now when I can get it so I can spend it and enjoy it during my younger years of retirement so that, and in my 80s, I know I won't have as much, but I don't care because I'm not going to be doing so much stuff. Legit or think twice?
That's legit.
Yeah, that one's too legit to quit.
Yeah, that's some people, they want to wait until 70 because, they want to get the most, I paid into it, so I'm going to get the most out, but do what works for you, right?
Yeah, how long do you have to, when is break even normally? Like, let's say you take Social Security at 63 or 65 or 67,
Right.
and you compare that to taking it at age 70. You get a lot more if you wait till 70.
Yeah.
But how long do you have to live for that to break even?
I mean, somewhere in the 80s, right?
Yeah, it's in the 80s.
Yeah, so
Right? So the idea or the mindset that is, I'd rather take Social Security now because I'm younger, I'm going to be more active. Heck, by the time I get to my 80s, I'll have less than if I could have waited till 70. I'd have more money in my 80s from Social Security. But whoop-de-doo, I won't be spending it. I need it to spend now. That's a very legitimate reason.
Yep.
In my view. I'm going to give you one more.
Okay, one more. Let's do it.
One more reason that people give us that they want to take Social Security early,
Early. Okay.
right? One more. I'm going to take Social Security early because I'm not worried, because I don't think I'm going to live past like my early 80s,
Yeah.
right? So what do I care? I'm not going to live that long anyway. I'll never hit break even. Legit or think twice?
I would say legit.
Yeah, I would go think twice.
Mike's think twice. Okay.
Now here's
explain
why.
that one to
I'll
me.
tell you why. Let's imagine you've had a ton of health problems
Uh-huh.
and and no one in your family's lived to age 80. You've had 3 heart attacks by now and you're 62 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably not going to make the 80. Okay, I'll buy that one.
Okay.
Here's reality. The vast majority of people I talk to underestimate how long they're going to live.
Okay, that's fair.
They live a lot longer than they think they're going to live.
Basically taking the scenario and putting a reality check on it for him.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
there might be other reasons to take it early that are legitimate, but if your reason is, I don't think I'm going to live that long, guess what? Odds are better. The more we go, medical advances, medicine's increasing, it's advancing every year, people are keeping us longer, doctors are keeping us alive longer,
Mhm.
and I think you got to plan on living a longer life.
assume longevity, even if you don't expect it.
Yes. Now, you may say, I'm still going to take it early for other legitimate reasons, but
that's
I'm not going to live that long to break even. Probably, I'd rethink that one.
Okay.
Right?
I like that.
How about that? All right, listen, we got to wrap up because that's our show this week.
That's it.
Here's the thing. If you are wondering when should you take Social Security, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give us a call. We're happy to have a conversation, see if we can help you make those, really good decisions so you can build that rock solid retirement plan where the market doesn't affect your financial security. We say this all the time. We want you to have the 3 C's in retirement. The first C is control. You want to have control over your finances. And if you have control, that leads to the second C, confidence. A feeling of confidence that you can enter retirement with anticipation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the third C is that comfort and peace of mind that everything's going to work out. So you want all of that? Give us a call. Let's have a conversation. What's that number one last time, Jonathan, as we wrap up the show?
That's right, here you go. Reach out to us, 512-886-5850. Again, 512-886-5850.
All right, folks, that's our show this week. We'll see you next week. Enjoy, and make sure you take advantage of all those great opportunities coming your way. Take care, everyone.